Go 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
58, come on.
Hey.
Slam.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The tackle there by Antoine Woods.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
90, Wolf. Rock it. Kill. Hey, Charlie.
Kill, Charlie. 24 is the
Yep.
Damn.
Go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Rams.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Matchbox right.
They'll try to run with Breida. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 3rd and long. It's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here as he's taken down. Samson Abukum make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Returning, it's Benjamin. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. D Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Goff now looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
58, 2. 58, come on.
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First down, 49ers.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
Back at the 46-yard line.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here. 2nd and long. 2nd and long. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And it's third down.
On the ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. Goff on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
Touchdown, 49ers! Matt Breida, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Another carry down for Edmonds. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Got it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. So third down, and defensively, the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. Back to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you
It got his man complete. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They run again with Breida. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Back to throw here. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's gone. Being chased out left. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Connection made here. Goff to Higbee. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Goff now to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. The Rams going for it on 4th. Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Set. 8, read. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On first down, here's Breedham. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now back to throw. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gould with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
4 yards the pickup, first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, it's gone. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I'm going to run you over.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check three.
Ready.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
10 over. Get it.
On third down, a run from Breida. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Gone. He gets it to Cooks. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Again, Goff. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together.
Cisco.